So I
Are you
think
sure?
that's
A lot, ah.
um, okay lah. My English teachers say that anything more than two is a lot. So we
Okay.
have like 5 questions from Instagram, I think. But usually what happens is that because this is happening live on Facebook,
Mm,
so we will have questions on Facebook as well also.
okay. Can.
Yeah, and for those that are just joining us, right, you can just leave your comments of questions on Facebook or Instagram because we will be able to see it. We also need to take note that because this is Instagram, there is a 60 minutes duration time cap. So once it hits over 60 minutes, right,
Okay.
Instagram will just shut it down. Then we have to start a second one. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So let's get started. Maybe you want to do a self-introduction about yourself. I mean, though a lot of people know you, but I think it's good to still introduce yourself also.
You sure not? A lot of people know me.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, that's what.
I'm just joking. Okay.
Mm.
My name is Muhammad Shakib bin Juanda. I'm 32 this year, and I'm currently retired, and I'm working with Sports Singapore in Singapore Sports Institute department
Mm.
as a sports performance manager. Yeah.
Maybe for like myself. So I wanted to ask, first question was that how do you get started with Silat? Because I read in one of the news articles that your late grandfather actually introduced you to the sport back in 2003.
Yeah. So that was correct.
Mm.
So, um, so the story goes like this. Back in the days, I think at that time I was 13 years old. So I was kind of
Mm.
like very plump and, very lazy to do workout and whatsoever stuff. So at that time, my grandfather was the chairman of this particular mosque. And
Mm.
he asked me, Shaki, do you want to join Silat as an activity, as a sport? So I said, okay lah, why not? Just join, to see whether I do have the passion for it. But to be
Mm.
honest, before I joined Silat, I look at Silat like, okay, it's just a traditional self-defense, and it's being participated only for the Malay. So it's kind of like I do not know any sport Silat. It's just traditional Silat. So
Mm.
at that time, the class was every Saturday, I think, Saturday or Sunday. So it's just once a week. And then after that, I just go along with the flow. And after like 3 or 4 months of practicing the art,
Yeah.
the passion starts to grow. And then after that, Mr. Sheikh told me and told the rest of us, okay, who would like to
Mm.
be in the national team. And then that was when I say, wow, national team. Do I even think that I am fit to become a national athlete lah? So
Mm.
we had a selection trial, and yeah, thank God I won that trial, if I'm not mistaken. I won that trial, or
Wow.
maybe the coaches saw potential in me. I can't remember. Yeah, and there on, my journey in sports silat started from there.
Mm.
Yeah.
Was your late grandfather very close to you?
He was very close to me. In fact,
Mm.
he was very proud of all his grandson. So
Wow.
he would kind of like introduce to people, because he's kind of like he's the chairman of this the mosque. And
Mm.
also when I kind of like, every time when I visit him, he would introduce to his colleagues or to everyone and say, hey, this is my grandson, he's now in Silat and
Mm.
everything else. So every week
Yeah.
we will tend to play soccer at his garden and everything else. So yeah, that was the fondest
Mm.
memory lah.
When you said all the grandsons, how many grandsons are there? It seems like it's a lot.
uh my English teacher say if there's two, that means it's more lah.
Oh, okay, good one. What's another fondest memory about your grandfather?
My fondest, I think when he taught me tuition, because he's
Oh.
very strict. Yeah. So he was the
Mm.
principal of Sang Nila Utama Secondary School. I don't know whether
Mm.
he's still around. So
Wow.
yeah, he was very strict when he tutored me. So he
Mm.
doesn't care whether you are his grandson or whatsoever. He treat everyone the same. And when he scold people, and he really really scold people lah. Yeah.
I got tuition by a principal as well also for math because my math was so bad that one day I got called to the
Same.
yeah, I got called to the principal's office. So I thought, what happened? And then I think the principal took a keen interest because I think I was one of the rare few girls. Usually boys don't do as well for studies, but I was one of the rare few girls that didn't do well. Then I got called into the office. Then I sit in front of the principal's his desk. Then he tutored me like personally lah.
Like immediately when he called you.
Yeah, I think so. Or he wanted to talk to me. So I was thinking like, oh my gosh, like why must go and ask me to go and talk? But yeah, so I think that that happened. Then after that he went on to take care of another school. Yeah, so I think it was quite short.
But he got tutored by a principal, so you should be honored.
Yes, actually honored because I was thinking like there's so many kids in school, so what bother about me lah. But also wanted to ask you like how long were you competing in Silat like on a national level? And yeah, we'll answer that first. Then I have the second half of that question also.
I think 13 years. Yeah, 13 years.
What in this 13 years, because usually for athletes, right, they always have a hard time exiting the competitive scene. I mean, I used to be an athlete as well, but of course not in kickboxing. Mine started from track and field. But when or what made you decide that, okay, it's time for me to move on and retire? What was that thought process that lead up to that?
It's a very hard decision for me to make. It's because I love Silat so much, especially sports Silat. And to be honest, before I joined Silat, I do not have any plans or whatsoever. Silat has so-called make me who I am today. I think without Silat, I'm not sure where I am right now lah. And also when joining Silat, I do not even think that I could become first maybe a national champion, second, international champion, and lastly, of course, a world champion. And it's not even once, it's twice, 2 times world champion. So for me, I'm very blessed, even though I fall short twice in SEA Games. I got silver medal. So I think out of 5 or 6 SEA Games, all I be medal except for one. So I think 2 silvers and 3 bronzes. So, but with that, I feel I'm very blessed and I'm happy with my achievement. And yeah, so, and also to think of my future is because, I think when I started to retire, I was, I think 30 or 31. So,
so not too long ago, right?
Yeah, so I think that was 2018, I think. Yeah, so I think it was, I think 30, yeah, 30. So I was planning, I was planning for my future and to think of, what should I do next? I want to venture out to a different area. I know that sport will always be with me, but I want to try out a different aspect.
So after you retired, do you immediately work for Sports Singapore or how that happened?
Yes, so for me, it's a very easy transition. It's because I was a former SPEC scholars, right? So as a SPEC scholar, there is a program whereby you smoothly transit from a full-time athlete into your work life. So when I was in the transition period, they already gave me kind of like a workshop or something for me to learn first about what my job scope is and everything else. So while during that transition, I think the last competition that I competed was in the World Championship in Singapore. So after that, I was still training. So that training is kind of like, maybe for me, it's a G training because I was still in contract with Sports Singapore. So with that, after I finish my contract, I immediately transit to Sport SG.
Then my next question was actually something that a lot of people wanted to ask, and it was one of my questions as well. So my question was, as an athlete, you have your weight going up and going down because you would need to have
Yeah.
different weight categories, and it's part of like competition training or whatnot. So the question that someone asked was, how do you manage your weight from a light class to heavy class, then to lighter class, then maintain? That's the whole question.
I think I am one of the athletes in Singapore who have been in most of the fight category. I can say honestly lah. And yeah, I started from class C, which is lightweight category, which is from 55 to 60.
Yeah.
And then I went up immediately to class G, which is 75 to 80. In I think 1 month. 1 month I gained like 15 kg. So
Wow.
and then everything else with the help of Mr. Sheikh, of course, the coaches, SSI, nutritionists, and everything else. But with that alone, it's not enough unless you have the dedication, the determination, and also the discipline to discipline yourself. You know, when you're outside, when you are training, your coaches can, you know, look out for you. Hey, Shakir,
Yeah.
don't eat this or don't eat that. But the real so-called thing happen when you are at home. No one's watching
correct.
you. That's when it's the most difficult part. And also in midnight when you kind of like very hungry, when you suddenly like wake up like, oh my god,
Yeah.
I'm so hungry, I'm so what. So that is the real discipline right there. Not to go in the kitchen and open the fridge and say, what can I eat or whatsoever, just to so-called to eat something lah. You have to be
Correct.
really, really disciplined. Yeah.
Because you have been up higher on the heavier weight cat, trim all the way down, weight.
A lot of people might say that, gaining weight is easier than losing weight. But honestly, if you ask me, I would say that both of them are equally difficult, equally the same. It's because first, if you are if for example, if you are gaining weight, you are already full. You have to excuse me. You have to force yourself to eat and eat and eat, and to the point that, you know, you can't take in anymore, and you have to know that in 1 or 2 hours time you have to force feed yourself again and again. And you always feel bloated and everything else. And in terms of losing weight, after training, you have to push yourself extra to do extra cardio, 1 hour run or 2 hour run before and after training. So you have to exercise more. And advantage is a lot lah. You can be fitter, you can be faster or whatsoever. So it's how you see yourself too. You want to think positive of it or negative. So it's all about yourself. Yeah.
Which is your favorite weight category? I mean, since you've been in most, which is the one that you excel at best?
Well, definitely class I, which is 85 to 90, where I won the 2 world champion in that category. Yeah.
There are some comments, but sorry. You were saying?
I feel that I'm comfortable with that weight. I do not need to watch my weight. I do not need to kind of like really be strict, or, you know, during competition I have to eat like this. I have to watch my water weight and everything else. So I think I is my comfortable weight, whereby I can focus more on my skill, my mental toughness and everything else. So yeah.
No, I was saying earlier that there are some comments, but I can't read it because it's in Malay and I'm still learning Malay, so I don't understand.
Is it Bahasa? Is it from Bahasa Indonesia? Or is it the Malay?
I don't know. Can you see it? Can you see the comments?
Where? Which one?
At the one where just above Joel was saying, yeah man, hashtag weight gain woes. So I think someone asked a question. Can you see? You can use you can scroll.
Yeah, I'm scrolling.
Buong.
Yes.
Buong apa
tu man? I think what he's asking is talking
It's
about
a comment.
buang apa tu man. Yeah, I don't think he understand what I'm saying. I think so. Buang apa tu? I'm not sure myself.
Okay, no problem. I think it was part of the conversation lah.
You. I think so.
Okay, but also wanted to ask, right, that like people now that you have retired and then you're working with Sports Singapore, I think this is one of the questions also that people are so excited or they want to know lah, but I think myself as well. But how do you maintain like your fitness or keeping fit? Because I've seen a video of you recently on your Instagram, and then you were doing the max PR deadlift, I think.
Oh, that. Oh, okay.
Yes.
So I think my other so-called what I like to do also is to challenge myself to lift as heavy as I can. Also during
Yep.
during my athlete's life lah. But when I'm an athlete, I can't always focus on strength alone. It's because in
Correct.
Silat, you know, it's not about strength, it's about speed, it's about agility. Everything else is all goes down to it. So I
Correct.
couldn't concentrate more on my strength. So when I retire, I start to think that, oh, this is also my chance to, you know, to test myself to see how far I could lift and everything else. So I get a friend of mine to produce a powerlifting so-called program for me. Yeah. So yeah, and with that I managed to break my personal best of my deadlift also.
So what's your personal best?
Oh, Joel, teach me how to. Oh, my personal best was what he stated there, 220. Yeah, and then I was planning to, you know, to keep on lifting, but with this situation right now, so
Yeah.
I think we have to mellow down a bit and, you know, to concentrate on other aspects of life. And maybe, you know, with the work from home and everything else, so that's why spending more time with my family, with my kid and everything else. Is because there's pros and cons with working from home as well. It's because when I'm an athlete, I used to travel a lot here and there, and with this when I retired and with me working from home, it kind of like made me realize, you know, the responsibility I have as a dad and as a husband. So yeah, it kind of like opened my mind, and you know, there's other things in life which is also beautiful outside of sport as well. Yeah.
Maybe you want to share what are other ways that you do to keep fit during this time with all the like measures in place, phase 1, phase 2. How do you keep fit besides the weightlifting?
Well, the moment when the government announced phase 2, right? Wow, I was like so happy that I can, you know, go to the gym and everything else. And but gyms aside, I do my HIIT training at home, do my runs and everything else lah. Yeah, but my HIIT is most likely to be like, see, like, you know, there's shadow boxing, shadow sparring and everything else. Yeah. Because martial art because martial art training is also kind of like HIIT if you when you keep the paddings and everything else, yeah.
So talking about fitness, right? We have one question from Facebook, from Sharifa. She's asking, what regular fitness workout do you do at home during teenage times? It's for my son, age 13, in lightweight class.
So what do I do is I usually run up and down the stairs. So I usually do run up and out and down the stairs. Yeah. So with staircase workout as well, it develops a lot of so-called explosiveness, your fitness, and also your speed as well. So with that workout alone, you can target a lot of things. What do you want to achieve? You want to achieve explosive, you want to achieve fitness, or it can do wonders with just stairs workout. So I usually do workout during my teens with stairs workout plus ankle weights.
Yes.
Yeah. So when I run up the stairs, so you do ankle weights lah.
Yeah. Same. That's what I did as well. I mean, that's
So maybe
years
that's
ago.
one of my secret lah. Maybe that's one of my secret lah.
Okay. Is there one of the questions just now from Instagram was that someone's asking, would you be do you plan to become a coach in Australia? Gracio.Australia.
I know who asked that question.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So he's my father-in-law. He's living in he's living in Australia.
Okay.
He migrated there. Yeah, so it's like my how to say, my passion is really to expand Silat as well, and to kind of like how to say, to make the community realize that sports Silat is not only for Malays, for all the community, and it's kind of like a high performance sport. It's not the traditional one whereby you do anything. So it's more of sport specific and very explosive. So to answer my father-in-law question, whenever I have the time, if I go back there, I will surely help you to coach the students.
Okay, so that's a public promise. That means when he go there, he will. Yeah. Okay, one of the questions that people wants to know also, but myself as well, is there a big difference from your job as a full-time athlete and with what you're doing for Sports Singapore now, and what do you miss most about that? I mean, being an athlete and then now working for Sports Singapore, right? What do you miss most about being an athlete?
Not to think of anything. It's because
not to think of anything.
Yeah. So let me explain.
Yes.
While you are an athlete, right? Your goal is just to break your own limits and give your best and perform your best. So there's no pressure from outside. Okay, you need to do this, you need to do that. It's because you yourself, you know what you want. You are disciplined, and you know what it takes to improve and to be at the top. So you will do your very best. But in terms of a full-time job now, you have KPIs to meet. You have bosses telling you, okay, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do this, you have to do that. You have your own control, but it depends from. But when you're an athlete, every day, even though it's very tiring, 2 to 3 times a day you train, but it's what you do, it's what you like. Yeah, and it's for you yourself only. Yeah. I'm not saying that working a full-time job is bad. I love what I do as a sports performance manager. In terms of right now, I'm trying to help the current athlete to kind of like to reach how to say to achieve their greatest potential, and also to help the NSA flourish and to so-called organize, or how to say, market their sports.
Correct. What do you miss most about being an athlete?
What do I miss most? I think well, there's a lot, I think
choose one.
The camaraderie between the coaches and the teammates is because I really like it when the training is really, really hard and you are really pushing yourself to the wall, but then the coaches, the teammates and everything else cheering each other and everything else, so it kind of like makes you feel as a family, and it makes you want to give your best. Yeah. So that's and definitely the blood, sweat and tears. I would be lying if during training I wasn't crying. I did a lot of time I cried. It's because it's not about cry of frustration. It's about crying of frustration is because you know that you could do better, but at that time you wasn't just feeling it.
Correct.
Yeah. So it's up and down lah. So in athletes you have ups and downs. So you have to understand your body also. Yeah.
Okay, one of the questions from Instagram is that someone is asking, is there a desire to become coach and share knowledge and experience with the Singapore team?
Become a coach is yes, but I do believe that you do not have to become a coach to share your experience and knowledge. I can also volunteer and come to the and come to one of the training and share my experience, my knowledge as well. So before this pandemic, I kind of like helped my current coach, which is Fikri. He's doing funding as well. So
Wait,
I'm helping.
are you holding a comb?
Yeah. I need something to hold. So yeah.
Okay, continue.
Okay. So I was helping him.
Helping your current coach.
Assisting the athletes with strength and conditioning. Because one of my favorite things to do is also to do strength conditioning as well. Because I have a certificate in strength conditioning. So I would like to help and improve on their strength conditioning lah. More of their techniques first rather than lifting heavy and everything else. Safety always comes first. Yeah.
Correct. Then another question is, what is your advice for younger athletes, bracket teenager, that worry about their weight class?
That worry about their weight class. I think my advice is you shouldn't worry about that. It's because you should know what you want to be and at what class that you want to be in. So for example, if you want to be in class C, for example, if I'm saying class C, and then you say that you are worried about your weight because your weight might tend to go up or go down. It shouldn't be the case. It's because it's your own responsibility to watch your weight, watch your diet and everything else to stay on and fight at that category.
Correct.
So I don't think that you should worry that it's because that is all behind already. The only thing that you need to do is to look forward and to train how to improve on your fitness, improve on your skill, and how to to start to learn your opponent's techniques and tactics so that you can overcome it and win them when you face them.
Okay, a question from Arwin from Facebook. He said, greetings from the Netherlands. Also, we're reaching people in Netherlands.
Wow.
What do you think of bracket Hollywood action movies embracing Pencak Silat, and which movie is your favorite? We asked Mr. Sheikh also this question, I think. Oh no, someone asked Mr. Sheikh also.
Okay. So, hi people from the Netherlands. So it is a good sign. It is a good sign that the sport of Pencak Silat is expanding, and people start to recognize Silat, similar to Taekwondo, Judo, or whatsoever. So Silat is catching up with them. So I think it is a good sign, and to let people see the beauty of Silat, the techniques, the locking techniques, and because there's a lot of culture and also some people might say that there's I don't know what to say. The animal moves, the crane, the tiger or whatsoever. Fighting style. Yes. Fighting style. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah, with that. And I think the red and maybe night comes before us, I think. Yeah.
One of the questions is this is from Instagram. So the person was asking, any chance of returning to the ring if called upon? It sounds very like na. Yeah.
I'm not sure myself, but I like to make jokes with my family. I'm saying like I was like I called my wife Bear. Do you think I can still join and still fight? And then they might say like no. And then my family, my dad especially, because he's one of my biggest supporter. You think I can still do it? Yeah, if you want to, you have to train hard. I know that I can, but
Yes.
not now. It's because I'm not ready yet. It's because for me myself, I do not know about others, but
Yep.
if I were to be back in the ring, I would really, really train myself seriously as if I was a full-time athlete. It's because I do not just want to go inside the ring and get beaten up. It's because
Correct.
I have my personal ego, and it's like I was up there and then suddenly, you have not been training like for years, and when you just train like for a bit, 2 or 3 months, when you go inside,
Correct.
you cannot wall up. So
Correct.
it will look bad also, like, and it will not look bad on people, it will look bad on me. I will feel very, very bad about myself as well. So if I were to be back in the ring, I would really train myself maybe minimally 6 months, and then I will think about I will see whether I am fit to be in the national team. And it's because I would like to answer Joe's question as well. It's because if I were to be in the ring back, I would be fighting with the current world champion, which is Sheikh Farhan, or maybe
Yeah.
Sheikh Firdaus. It's because they are my so-called contender. They are the same
Correct.
weight as me, and they're also my juniors. I think like 2 or 3 juniors below me. Yeah. So
Correct.
that's a very tough fight, and I do not want to lose as well. So I would really, really train myself to fight them, and maybe, I don't know, it would be a very interesting match to see, ex world champion and current world champion to fight, maybe
Correct.
VIP match or something, pay-per-view.
Yes. Have you ever sparred with two of them before? I mean, during training?
Yes, I did. But I started to spar with them when I was already reducing my weight to class E. So I couldn't take their strength and their power. It's because they are much stronger than me, and even though I hold the pads, the meat, the strength, I can still feel it right through my bone. So when they want to kick, I'll say, okay, never mind. I'll just give it to the sparring partner or the one that is heavier than me to do it. But I will use them. As a dropping technique, a dropping partner. So I will use their weight as my training lah.
There's one question from Instagram. I don't know whether you can see. You see
Which
that?
one? Is it Yudi Purwadiono?
Yes.
Oh, he's one of my my idol as well. So if you want to know this, there's no more pressure, no more everything. So I just feel so relaxed. Yeah. So it's like kind of like, yeah, it's hard to explain.
Do you miss, I mean, when you talk about like competing, right, do you miss that that state of mind when you're competing versus now? Because now when you're working with Sports Singapore, right, it's very different from being an athlete. So do you miss that kind of like competition feel?
I think it's still similar. It's because while competing and everything else, you kind of like still have butterfly stomach when you are preparing to fight and everything else. But when you change it to work life, you have to do presentation and everything else.
Yeah.
So you still feel that the butterfly in your stomach and everything else. So I still do the routine that I did pre-fight, whereby listen to music, try to relax my mind and everything else. Is because what you're going to present is what you have and what you are going to show them. So you don't need to feel stressed or whatsoever. So I follow some of the skills that my mental coach taught me, Mr. Chris and Mr. Anthony. Positive talk is very important as well. So keep on doing the positive talk to yourself, just to make you feel relaxed, and also be aware of your surrounding as well. And also with my experience as an athlete and now as a sports performance manager, I can kind of like relate to the athlete more and understand the athlete. So kind of like I'm in the so-called management level, so I can kind of like make the management understand as well what does the athlete need
Mm.
in order to reach their utmost potential. Yes.
Mm. Yeah, your father-in-law wrote a question. Since you told me
I
that.
was watching it. This was 2018 where he was my referee during my match. So
Wow.
yeah, so I do not know what to say, but
Mm.
I'm honored that he was my so-called referee, or I think jury during my match. But at that time, my mind was already focused. Is
Mm.
that I also my mind was already focused, whereby the only thing that I know is I'm gonna beat my opponent. That's all.
Mm.
And everything else has just become a noise already. You know, the
Yep.
cheering or whatsoever is just a distraction. So for me, it's kind of like maybe tunnel vision. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I would only focus my attention to certain people, like my cornerman and
Yep.
also Mr. Sheikh. So my
Mm.
eyes will always look at him also. So it's kind
Correct.
of like, I don't know. It's like the telepathy. Like I know when he is going to say something. So I will just, when I look at him, he will just
Yep.
give me a comment. So it kind of like
Mm.
we click lah. It's because I've known him, I think um for more than 15 years already. So he's like my mentor, my brother, and also my dad. Also, people might
Mm.
kind of like start laughing when I say also my dad also, is because I think he's been with me, I think from the start of my career until now. So when I was
Mm.
like maybe 13, and when I
Yep.
stopped at 30, so it's half of my life already. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
What's your fondest memory of him then?
Uh, I think I was surprised a lot, but I think I was surprised when he kissed me on the cheek. When
Whoa.
when during that time 2016, where Fahan and me won the world title, and
Mm.
when Fahan already won, he was at the corner. Fahan was at the corner already,
Yeah.
holding a Singapore flag, like waving at me already, saying that, give also motivation. And
Correct.
with that also, I keep on pushing, and then from after like 3 or 3 seconds,
Yeah.
when I know that I won, I immediately like run and jump towards him. I don't care how heavy I am. I know that he's strong. He will just carry me. So
So
when
they carry you lah?
yeah, everyone like, I think supporting him to carry me like,
Oh.
because I was running so fast, and I was just jump over him and jump at him. So
Yeah.
when everything else, and then when I was being called back to the ring to lift up my hand, right, and then he kind of
Mm.
like, I think, pushed me and kissed me and everything, let me go. But when I watched back the video, he did kiss me lah. So I was like, okay, that was one of the fondest memory lah.
Watch back video.
Yeah. Wow, Joe
So
cry
means
Joe.
you yeah, Joe cry. Cause usually for us, I mean, we do talk to Mr. Sheikh also, and I think a lot of people don't see the softer side of him, because I think a lot of times we see him no choice, like he needs to be the
He's the
one to,
man. He needs to be the man.
yes,
He's the
correct.
upfront.
So
He's the face of Silat, and he's been, promoting Silat all over the world. And his dream is to make Silat into the Olympics. And
correct.
so he has to be that man. But
Mm,
behind that, people don't know he's really a nice guy, and
yes.
yeah, he's really good lah. A lot of
Mm.
people don't know that lah. You just
Uh,
have to be with him lah, and talk to him more lah.
correct. Because when I did the
Yeah.
interview with him, actually it went really well. And when I was asking him like the rapid fire questions, I think he
Mm.
did
You
yeah,
what?
he did not bad. As in,
Ah,
like, some things that he said were actually quite funny.
he is funny
Yeah.
also.
Yeah, he's actually funny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
Joel
a lot of people
say,
scared of him lah. Mr.
yeah,
Crucial scare me.
no,
First
actually,
impression.
yeah, correct.
Is because because he's big, because of his body
Persona
structure
lah.
and everything else, and persona, and also I think the
Mm,
aura that he gave people lah. Mm.
correct. For I wanted to ask was that even I mean now today's Father's Day, right? So what does being a father mean to you?
Um, is to be with my kid throughout his happiness and saddest moment. So to support them whenever they need me. Yeah.
What, okay, can I then ask, right, what if when they're growing up, as we know, usually when they hit the teenage time, right, they don't really want their parents lah. So
Yeah.
how will you handle that? And because I know they're still very young now.
To be honest, my advice to them is do really treasure them. It's because they are your number one supporter. Even
Correct.
though you don't make it, they will still be your number one fan. And when I was in my teenage life, where I have a lot of struggles, even thinking of quitting Silat and everything else, they are the one who have supported me, who have advised me and everything else. So yes, you might have a lot of fans and everything else, but the really real fans is your family. So listen to them and treasure them lah, because they are your best advisors, because they know you since you were born.
True.
Yeah.
Someone's asking how to make your leg and hand stronger in Silat.
How to make your leg and hand stronger. So
Yeah.
I think the basic principle is you have to train. You have to know yourself. What do you really want in Silat? For example, if you want to join Silat to just be a national athlete and just to win national championship, be it, you do not need to train 100% or even 80%. You can just train 50-50 and you can kind of like, win. But if you want to become a world champion, a SEA Games champion, or even in the future Asian Games champion or Olympic champions, in that sense, you have to be really disciplined in yourself.
Correct.
Really disciplined. Listen to advisors. Be humble, and don't always think that when you're at the top, people will never topple you. When you're at the top, you are the most vulnerable, whereby a lot of people want to topple you, and you have to be
Correct.
In your A game lah. It's easy to win, but
Yeah.
it's even harder for you to stay on top.
That's true. Okay, I am going to the next segment of our podcast. So, are you reading the comments?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the next segment of the podcast, which is rapid fire questions. Do you know how that works?
I've seen Mr. Sheikh's interview before, so kind of like yes or no or whatsoever lah. Yeah, right.
Correct. So basically, we have 10 questions for you. I would ask the question, and then you only have 5 seconds to answer.
Okay.
If you don't answer, then I'll move on to the next one.
Okay.
Yeah, but usually I let people answer lah, because I think all of us want to hear your answers lah. Okay, so you have
wait. Before that, I want to answer this
yes.
question.
Yes, go ahead.
Have a replacement for yourself after you retire from martial arts?
Yeah, I think you asked just now also.
Yeah, I think I didn't answer. You have to wait for another 10 or 15 years because I'm nurturing my son to become a world champion like me.
Yay! Okay, we are gonna start on the rapid fire questions. Okay, number 1, describe yourself in 3 words.
Oh my gosh. Maybe. Oh shit! I cannot.
You cannot. Yeah, in 3 words. Try.
I'm not comfortable talking about myself. That's why. 3 words. How
Yes.
do I say? Maybe. Hardworking. Discipline. And
Yes.
determined. Yeah.
Okay, number 2, who is your favorite superhero and why?
Oh, superhero and why? What was the Aquaman?
Oh, why?
Cause to be honest, I didn't even watch any of the even though Aquaman has been featured, I think like 2 years ago, I just watched it, I think like last 2 weeks. So when I see all his powers and everything, I was amazed. Before that, I like Spider-Man, but then Aquaman is because he can talk to animal, he can talk to the fishes, the creatures
Yeah.
in the ocean and everything else. So and also he can swim fast in the ocean, and also I like fishing. So I think it's all related in the sea and everything else. Yeah.
Okay, number
Aquaman.
3, use one word to describe your computer ability.
My computer ability.
Yeah, computer ability.
What do you mean by that?
Like, for example,
Oh,
are you good with computer? Are you good with internet? Are you good with like technology?
oh no, I'm just only good practical. I'm only good with practical stuff. I'm a handyman. I'm a handyman.
Oh.
Maybe that's why I joined Silat and I beat people up.
Okay, number 4, which fashion trend do you not understand?
I think fashion trend.
Yeah.
I really don't go for fashion.
Okay.
The only stylist that I have is my wife. She's the one who buys me stuff and
Correct.
let me wear. That's all. But for me, I don't know. I think I'm a person who likes to wear very comfortable and casual stuff. Like for me, if I'm going, I don't care if I'm going to Orchard Road or whatsoever. I can just be with
Yeah.
my dry fit or maybe like track pants or whatsoever and slippers, and I'm fine. As long as I'm comfortable, I'm okay. I don't
I
like to
don't
wear
like.
I don't like to wear all those like tight fitting stuff, or maybe for the sake of fashion, they wear suit or
Correct.
whatsoever, tie or whatsoever. It's
Uh,
not me lah.
I don't like the high socks and slippers.
Oh,
Yeah, that
okay.
one I don't understand.
I think they follow the NBA
Mm.
athletes, I think. Yeah.
Okay, number
Mm.
5, if you had access to a time machine, where and when would you go?
Time machine.
Yes.
Um, I would go back to um, I would go back to I think the year where I started Silat, and to tell myself, hey, what you're doing is wrong. Yeah, let me teach you the more useful stuff, so you can be there even faster, and maybe you can achieve more title.
Mm.
Mm.
Next one. If you could fit your whole life into one picture, what would it look like?
Um, happy life with happy family.
Mm.
Mm.
What's your favorite food you are craving right now?
Favorite food I'm craving right now.
Yes.
Uh, it's a Malay chores that I did. For example, like washing the dishes. My wife will
Yes.
say, the dishes is not clean enough, so let me just do it, and
Oh,
you
yes.
just do. So in terms of she would like me to only do the showering of the kids. That's all.
Yeah.
In terms of not clean, as in, um, he will do it everything. She will do
Yeah.
everything lah.
How many days could you go without a phone?
2 3 days.
Whoa. I think
Yeah,
Mr. Sheikh say 0 or something like that.
because he's a very busy man and everything else. Yeah, but it
Okay.
also depends on your career. If your
Yeah,
career
true.
needs you to be on your phone like 24/7, then you have to lah.
True. Okay,
Mm.
last one. Have you ever cried at a movie? Which was it?
Oh, I think most of the movie that I cried is the Bollywood movie lah.
Bollywood?
Yeah,
Whoa. Which was it? Do you remember?
I think it's an old film lah. I think what Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, Kabhi Khushi Kabhie Gham, yeah, and
Whoa.
some of that lah. Yeah, and also
Whoa,
Malay
that's
movie and also Malay movies as well lah. Yeah.
whoa. Okay, we have 2 more questions.
Ah.
So question from Wasit is, what do you think of the new rules that will be adopted? I'm only concerned that the time will cut off.
Oh, okay.
We got about
Um,
4 minutes.
I'm not really sure about the new rules, but what I've heard is that you can have more context and everything else. So
Mm,
for me personally, it's my 5 cent thoughts lah on this. So
Yeah.
The game is gonna change. It's gonna be a whole game changer whereby your fitness needs to be really really high, and it's kind of like more of like MMA, whereby there's no context, but with this also the fighter have to fight smart in
Correct.
that sense. Yeah. So the game can still be the same as long as you fight smart. You don't so-called follow whereby when the so-called rule says that there's no limit to any context. For example, when the game start, you just like bah, 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 and you will tire yourself easily. You have to think smart and be a smart fighter as well. But I think it will be a even interesting sport to watch lah.
Another one is that from the Netherlands, the same person. Any chance of you becoming or joining Wasit/Juri? Question mark.
Wow, that is a really, really tough question.
You got 2 minutes.
Okay. I think no. I don't know, maybe people might get disappointed in my answer, but I think I have my own reasons why. It's because for me, I really do like fighting and performing and everything else. But in terms of Wasit and Juri, it's really, really difficult, whereby you have to make a decision of who wins, who lose. Yes, you have to be very honest with yourself. But I think for me, personally, my belief it's hard for me because I do not want to see people so-called get disappointed with my own decision. So I like to be fair in the middle. So it's better of me become a coach to coach the athlete, or become the athlete and do my best to fight and to bring glory to Singapore and to the country as well. Yeah.
Okay, one last thing that we wanted to do, because today is Father's Day, right? So we wanted to for you to recite the Father's Day pledge, but I don't know whether it will fit within the time.
Yeah,
frame.
I don't know if because it's in my phone, right? So if I were to exit it, I think it will also come out. Yeah. Yes, the thing is very quite
so how do we
long,
do it?
right? Maybe I would just say that.
Okay, why don't you say a message? We got 20 seconds. So you can say a message to all fathers.
Okay. To all the fathers out there, I would like